A lot of people want to jump into digital goods because they don't necessarily understand that another one that is a digital good would be like OnlyFans, right? Like that is technically a digital good. I think it's a combination between services and digital goods, but I think it couldn't exist without the digital part, which is kind of what makes it what it is. What I like about digital goods is that even though the startup cost initially is bigger because you have bugs, you have kinks that you have to fix, you have issues, you have errors, usually the maintenance cost of it is not as high, right? Let's say you run a software and you're teaching people how to scrape products off of Shopify stores, and that is your software. We usually have your development cost, your maintenance cost, your management costs of your team, your server cost, and then usually the rest is pretty much upside, and it has to do with your ability to attract customers. So I never recommend digital goods right off the bat, because unless you're the individual that's actually doing the programming, I would not go out and spend money on programming, designing apps, developing apps, doing a lot of this garbage that a lot of people want to do, because it's usually difficult to have a successful app, to have an app that's fully developed, especially if you have no like app background or coding background. Digital goods are very good. The returns are extremely high versus the initial startup cost, but they're not going to teach you right off the bat all the essential sectors of a business like services would. So digital goods are extremely important, but digital goods for me are the final frontier if you're trying to build something massive. The second one that we have, and the third one, and this is kind of where I started, and I'll explain it to you guys, are our physical goods. And that's going to be our e-commerce store. That's going to be, our brand that has a clothing line. That's going to be our makeup kits. Those are going to be our LED lights, our cameras, our watch collection, our luxury watches, our cars. These are physical goods. Physical goods is highly competitive, especially online in the internet nowadays. Physical goods are extremely complicated to manage because you have additional costs. You have rolling costs, ongoing cost of inventory. You have ongoing cost of supply chain management, and depending on the type of e-commerce that you run or physical good kind of sale that you run, usually it requires building a brand, right? So you can build a brand in different avenues. The thing is, I personally don't love building a brand behind a single product, right? The moment you do that, your brand dies when the product becomes irrelevant. So I've kind of come to realize the importance of understanding how to do physical products, like physical goods, and have a background in physical goods, but it wouldn't be the first frontier I would tackle. A lot more moving parts.